Yo, friends, welcome back to
the Nerd Guys podcast. Man, this feels different. It's low-key hitting different now. I can actually see some of y'all faces.
I mean, you can't see me. It's completely dark on my screen.
Damn, that's wild. Your camera being racist.
Yep.
I mean, I can see you, so. But hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? Or today, or whenever you're listening to it. How y'all doing this episode? There you go. What's up? What's up with y'all?
What's going on, peoples? How you doing?
Well, what's up with you two? Because as you already know, I am Kitsune Sai, and I am joined by Mr. Jamie Shadow 9, aka bestest co-host in all the YouTube land.
Aw.
And we also have a special guest. Well, at this point, this is like, what, the third episode? I don't know if you're really special anymore. You're more of like a guest.
I will always be special. I am a treat.
Oh, so you a snack?
That's true.
Nah, I'm a decadent dessert.
Ooh.
Ew.
That sent shivers up my spine.
Me if you've been good.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'll never get you.
Welcome back, my creepy cuties. I've missed you all.
Have you really though? Yeah, for all of you who you all can't see this, but everyone has their camera on except for Nick's. Peer pressure.
Not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
Moral to
I'm next to a huge pile of laundry. It's not gonna work.
Okay, well, they're not gonna see you. It's for me and Jay, so we can see a face instead of like talking to a disembodied voice.
Disembodied voice works better for the purpose of this episode.
I mean, I guess
she's trying to be more mysterious, even though we know what she looks like.
Exactly. It's not like we see her all the time. But as always, welcome back to the Nerd Guys podcast, everybody. Your one-stop shop for all nerd fandom. You weren't expecting me to do it this time. As always, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. Consider subscribing. No, matter of fact, subscribe. We'll get it out the way, because for every like and subscribe that you all do, it helps out the show. It shows YouTube that we are getting engagement and we can make the show better. So
yeah, it allows YouTube to know that you like us and you want to see more of what we got to offer.
Yes. You know, if you want to support the show, 2 free clicks and we're golden. But someone said something earlier about disembodied voices. Ew. Ew. What you doing, Jay? What you doing, Jay? Yeah, you on camera now. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like this is going to make dialogue so much better. We probably got to start doing this from now on.
I need another light.
I know, we look like we're in like horror movies right now. It's like a monster's going to just like creep up behind us.
Let me go see if my big light will work. It may not work, but we'll see.
All right. I guess that's a great segue to begin. Speaking of monsters, you all may have heard tales, legends, stories about various different spirits, monsters, cryptids, or haunted places. And you know what? You might be right, or you might be wrong. The world may never know. Today, we will be speaking about cryptids and haunted places. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, guys, what is my name? And I don't mean it in any type of kinky way.
Say my name, say my name.
Say my name, say my name.
The only answer is definitely Zaddy.
Wow, this is the wrong show for that. This is the wrong show for that. Save it for the husbando episode. No, all right, for real. What's my name? What's my name, y'all?
It's Big Daddy Puff, ain't
Oh my God! Will y'all stop? For real, we gotta get on with the show. They're waiting to hear. They're waiting to hear. I already told them we're talking about cryptids and haunted places today. I need this. I need the segue energy. So,
well, I mean, last time I checked, your name was Kitsune, so
okay. I mean, it's Kitsune Sai, but you know, I'll accept Kitsune.
That's not what we have written here.
Hey, all right. Okay. So, for all of y'all listening, if you haven't put it together, I again am Kitsune Sai. But part of my name, Kitsune, actually comes from ancient Japanese lore. So for those of you who don't know, Kitsune is the cunning trickster, but was also revered as a servant of the gods.
A servant of the gods.
I had to bring that one back. And as a servant of the gods, the Kitsune is a complicated entity. Kitsune are considered to be a type of yokai, demon or spirit. One that has been known to have a class of supernatural powers. These cute orange and tan orangutan creatures are depicted in visual art and in text, as well as religious shrines all throughout Japanese culture. Kitsune are extremely intelligent, cunning, and powerful shapeshifters. There are primarily two types of Kitsune, a mischievous and a good. They frequently harass humans by transforming into giants and other fearsome monsters. Sometimes they do this just for pranks, and sometimes they do it for nefarious purposes. The holy foxes are servants of the Shinto deity Inari, and Inari shrines are decorated with statues and images of these foxes. They often protect humans or places, providing things like good luck and warding off evil spirits. The more common type of Kitsune are the wild foxes, which delight in mischievous pranks and or evil. There are stories in which wild foxes trick or even possess humans and cause them to behave strangely. Despite this wicked nature, even wild foxes keep their promises, remember friendships, and repay favors done for them. And I guess I was introduced to this a while ago because for those of you who might be familiar, I don't know, Jamie, you might be familiar. I know Nyx is because we watched it. But Teen Wolf, Scott McCall's girlfriend was a kitsune, and she didn't know it until about, I don't know, spoiler alert, midway through the season. But they were fighting an evil fox spirit that they called a Nigitsune. So I'm guessing that translates to evil kitsune. Basically, this one was more mischievous, but it kind of reminded me of like Loki, where you know what he's doing isn't really evil per se, but because his jokes have no bounds, they kind of like cause harm after a while. I mean, were you all familiar with kitsunes beforehand?
I was, yeah. I've read about like certain kitsunes and like different stories. Funnily enough, there's like a type of kitsune in Zelda.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I guess not really a kitsune, but basically a tailed fox.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like three-tailed foxes. I forget what they're called.
They're probably based on a kitsune.
Yeah. And then I just, well, not too long ago I finished a Common Rider series where the main Common Rider's power is Kitsune.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we might have to check that one out.
Yeah, that's the one I told you that I think you would like.
Oh.
Yeah, so this little motion I'm doing, you might get familiar with.
Oh, I'm already familiar with it. It's go. Go. Go web go. Either that or the barking dog.
Oh yeah.
Shadow puppets. All right, you all can't see. So Jamie's basically doing like the barking dog shadow puppet. So like if you make that puppet with your finger and then go like back and forth with your wrist, licking it.
Or if you're
Like,
a
you
wrestling
know,
fan, it's too sweet.
too sweet.
Too sweet.
How about you, Nyx? Were you familiar with kitsunes?
Of course I was. I
Cue
was
deep
the one
sexy
that-
voice.
Wow. Of course I was familiar with Kitsune. First of all, I was the one that got you to name your car that.
Oh yeah, right. If you shameless plug. If you haven't watched any of my videos on Underground 335, you wouldn't know that I named my car Kitsune.
Exactly. On top of that, I was a huge fan of Naruto, and Naruto has the QB Kitsune, the nine-tailed fox.
What was his fox's name again?
Kurama.
Yeah. My boy Kurama and my boy Naruto.
Sweet, beautiful. Don't do that. So disturbing.
What? I'm talking about my boy Naruto, like, and his son Boruto.
I will leave.
All right, I mean, we could talk about Sukuna.
Oh, actually, I just thought of another thing that people might be familiar with if they don't know what a kitsune is.
What's that?
Pokemon.
Yes, Ninetales and Vulpix.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have Cubimon from Digimon Tamers. So Renamon's second evolution, also based on a kitsune.
Mm-hmm.
If you played Ghost of Tsushima, the fox that guides you to the fox shrines is a type of kitsune.
If you play Phoenix Wright, there's a character who's like a wrestler, and he's like called the Amazing Nine Tails. And funnily enough, they live in a village that's like full of yokai, basically.
Do they all have watches?
No,
Oh, the yokais don't have watches?
not in Phoenix, right? At least.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. Man, I'm over here like losing it right now. I'm sneezing because Leo decided to sit on my chair and I am going through it.
Nah, I love allergies. It's the best.
I say Leo and he jumps up on the back of my chair.
Dude.
I did not call you, sir. If you're going to sit there, lay down. Since Nyx isn't weighing in much, I guess that's a great segue because next we have another curious spirit. Nyx, do you want to tell the people about it?
Sure. So, for all of you that are listening, you've probably heard my name is Nyx, spelled Nyx, and it is not after the makeup company. The deep darkness of night, the serene silence as the stars glitter on an inky landscape. A goddess shrouded in a dark veil of mist covering the night sky. In Greek mythology, Nyx is the goddess and personification of night, my favorite time of the day. Born of the god Chaos, she brought forth her own offspring, Aether, god of sky, and Hemera, goddess of day, by Erebus, the god of darkness. Alone, she also spawned a brood of dark spirits, including 3 fates, the god of sleep, the god of death, the god of strife, and the god of pain. In ancient Greek art, Nyx often appears alongside other celestial deities, such as Selene, the goddess of stars, Helios, the god of the sun, and Eos, as a winged figure driving a horse-pulled chariot. Nyx was an ancient deity usually envisioned as the very substance of the night. A veil of dark mist drawn across the sky to obscure the light of her son, Aether, the shining blue of the heavens. Symbols connected to Nyx are the moon, stars, and mist, all of which were born of her children, all of which are also my favorite things.
So you're a Capricorn and your rising is the moon and your stars are the mist and your favorite stones are the veils and yeah.
Did you just call me a Capricorn?
Yeah.
Go away.
Wow.
That is not what I am.
You know what? I'm sipping out of your zodiac sign right now. I'm sipping out your yak sign.
I am not.
I got a pot filled with water right now.
That is not a Capricorn.
I know that's not a Capricorn. It's an Aquarius.
All right, then. Get it right.
But I actually learned something that I didn't know. I didn't know that Nyx was the mother of the Fates.
She is the mother of 3 fates, not specifically the most popular fates. She's known to be connected to a lot of the quote-unquote darker entities.
Oh, so more like the Lilith of the bunch. Or
Yeah.
like she's not necessarily evil, but you know, she's like kind of neutral, I guess you would say.
Yeah, so she's not evil, obviously. I mean, two of her kids are Sky and Day. So, I mean, she's not evil. Without the darkness, without the night, you wouldn't see the shining of the sun. You wouldn't see the early morning. She's the yin to the yang.
Yo.
Yeah, I know Nyx, but in a different way, and that's funny. Nyx is a character um in a game that I can't say because Kitsune may or may not be playing it.
What game?
I can't tell you.
No,
I
sir.
don't wanna spoil-
What?
It might be a spoiler.
Is it Black Myth?
No.
No.
Mhm.
And what game?
It's a game.
It's not going to be a spoiler. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right. Nyx is a character in Persona 3.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, it definitely won't be a spoiler because I haven't played that game in like months. I might finish that and then do another playthrough. I don't know, but that's again, like it's crazy because I didn't know of Nick. I didn't know Nyx, but I knew of Nyx, and I know Helios because you literally unalive man's in a God of War game. But I think it's pretty cool because like Nyx is basically mother of the sky, and I guess day and darkness.
No, darkness is her brother, but technically also the one that helps her bring forth Sky and Day.
That's gross. We call that incest over here.
Freaks and
Well,
freaks.
I was about to say, and Jamie, do not say that.
What?
Listeners, if any of you are Greek, he did not mean it like that.
If any of you are Greek and listening, we love you so much. He made the Greek pantheons were freaks.
Exactly.
Freaks in the sheets. That's what they were. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh my god. Especially my boy Zeus. He
I
was
was gonna say, like, he's the poster boy for being a freak in the sheet. Like,
Actually, I didn't add this in, but Nyx is known to be one of the only gods that Zeus was afraid of.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, she's my favorite.
all
he
right,
was,
I
he was
like that.
terrified of going against her.
Oh, she's my favorite. So was she on Hera's side then?
Oh, no. It's just since she's born of Chaos, who is before his father as well, she was just such a primordial goddess.
Oh,
That
okay,
he
I
was
got
like,
you.
yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I have respect for my elders, Loki.
And we're back. Okay, sorry about that. So Jamie, like you were saying, you know
I
about
don't remember what I was saying anymore.
you were saying that you know about Nyx because there was a Nyx character in Persona 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was basically it.
Oh, okay.
What
Well,
kind of character is she?
what was that? Sorry.
I asked what kind of character is she?
I can't really go into detail.
Well, I am looking it up.
Don't
Okay, let
don't.
me rephrase. Does she at least personify the name?
Um,
Ooh, that's creepy.
this character in a way does. Um, but it's because like Persona is very like, how do I put it? Like Persona does a lot of good things with its like theming and story.
So I'm pulling it up now to share real quick so you all can see it. Sorry, listeners, you won't be able to see it, but this is the Nyx avatar. Tell me that doesn't look creepy.
That is very spooky.
Persona is a very like a pretty peculiar game. Like it's
Mm.
pretty odd. I mean, it's it's a pretty dark game from what I've witnessed so far in my playthrough. But I mean, you have a bunch of kids running around. They use blasters, if you will, to extract their personas.
And then, for those who may not be aware, persona is just a facet of your personality coming to life. Think of like stands from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That is a great segue to our next cryptid. Might even be one that we heard about before. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
It's definitely one you've heard of before. Last week we talked about our favorite scary movie. One of mine was La Llorona. So now I'm going to give you more of a
Y'all heard that Latin
background.
flair? Y'all heard the Boricua come out real quick? La Llorona.
Excuse me if I can roll my R's. Regardless. Have you ever heard the sound of mournful crying in the night? A tearful sound carried on the wind as it brushes past your window. We tell naughty children who are caught out of bed past curfew to beware La Llorona, the wailing woman, or she might steal you for her own. The legend of La Llorona is one of the best known Mexican myths. This myth is so long lasting that not only has it traveled to different countries, but it's been made into several movies. The story starts at the beginning of the Spanish Inquisition. According to the legend, there was a native woman who fell in love with a Spanish gentleman. During their time together, the woman gave birth to 3 children who she cherished. Some stories say it was 3 boys, others don't detail their genders. Over time, the woman wanted her Spanish lover to legalize their relationship and sorry, and formally acknowledge their children. Due to his status as a high-ranking member of Spanish society, he often refused her and trailed along their relationship.
That's wild.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh my god.
Eventually, at the behest of the community and, more importantly, of the time, the Catholic Church, the man married a lady of similar familial rank as his own. Once the native woman found out, she was devastated and wounded by deceit and betrayal. Out of misery and desperation, the native woman took her 3 children to the river and drowned them. After realizing the gravity of her actions, the woman ended her own life. But the afterlife was not peaceful for her. She was not reunited with her beloved children. As penance, the woman was made to walk the earth, searching for the children she lost, crying and moaning sorrowfully through the night. So as children are tucked into bed, complaining about the early curfew, parents convince them, if you leave out of bed before morning, La Llorona will take you as her own. All I have to say is I hope they don't have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that'd be kind of messed up because like, well, first off, I go back to what I said in the movie episode. La Llorona is legit on par with Candyman and like um Jason Voorhees, where it was a tragic story, and because of something crazy that happened to him, like they just kind of go on a rampage or they make a mistake, and you know, she was in love, the dude wasn't shit, so like he turned around and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a bit of a boy, I'm gonna be a bit of an F boy. She's like,
So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, she's like, so bae,
What are we?
what are we? Like, you got me pregnant, and I know I'm like your baby moms and all, but when you gonna put a ring on it? He's like, soon. I got you, my love. I got you, my love. Soon.
And then eventually he said, "You know what? The Catholic Church says I can't. So I'm gonna go marry this one instead."
At their behest. She's like, bitch, wait.
Now, I will say, out of the research I did, there are multiple different ways that it's said how her children died. Some of them say that she didn't actually do it herself, that he tried to take the children away.
I think
Because
I've heard that one, and then they
yeah,
wound up
because
drowning in the river.
some of them drown, some say that they were killed in the midst of her trying to take them back. There are some that say she killed them out of love because she didn't want them to suffer when he left because she became a pariah. There's a lot of different ways to spin the story, but there is a historical kind of aspect to it because there was actually a woman in Mexico during the Spanish Inquisition that was a native. I'm not going to try and pronounce her name because it was very hard, but
Oh, you
she
can't roll
was
your R's now, apparently.
it's not a roll of the R. It is native Mayan, and I am not of Mayan descent. I cannot pronounce some of those words. I respectfully know my place.
So
um Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so point blank is this woman was a good person. She got played by a dude that was an F boy,
Yeah.
and he probably threw up a bunch of red flags, and she should have popped her balloon on him at the start, but she decided to give him a chance, and it ended with her 3 children. Yeah, that's why. Yo, all right. Like, it to me, that's wild because like that dude. Like, if anything, I wouldn't have drowned. I wouldn't have drowned my kids. I would have grabbed him. Like, mans would have been going bye bye.
Yeah, the story, when I thought about it again, it reminded me of a story that I know of, which is the story of the jealous woman who she had loved the man very much, but he had decided to get with another woman, and she found out about it, So she went to his house and burnt the house down with him and her and their family in it.
I thought you were talking about waiting to exhale for a minute.
I thought he was talking about obsession.
And then like as she enters the house, he's like calling for the woman that he was, going to marry. But she's like, "No, you can't have her. Me and you were supposed to be together." So all of this turns her into a demon as the fire is burning around them.
Oh wow.
And he turns into an instrument.
What movie is this? Or was it a game?
It's not a game. It's actually from a Super Sentai. And I
Ah,
think it's based on an actual myth from Japanese legend.
I was getting ready to say, like, moral to the story is, if you want to leave me for somebody else while you with me, I don't want you, but you can't have her either.
If I can't have you, no one can. That's basically the mentality.
I ain't gonna say no one can. I'm just gonna say that actually no, I'm not gonna say they can't have you. I'm gonna say, you know what, y'all can have them. Nix, what's that you say all the time?
Oh, if someone can steal you from me, you were never meant to be mine.
It's true.
X.
Moral of the story is don't be a piece of crud.
Moral of the story is, if you find out he cheating on you, dump his ass, leave him, and don't look back, because you can do better.
All right.
Anybody
Now
like hats?
I like hats. I think
don't.
one of the I was gonna say I think one of the Teletubbies also like hats.
Oh my god. Let's not talk about those creepy things.
Why not? We're in the creepy month.
I used to love those, but dog, as an adult, I'm like, nah, dog.
Because they're soulless and unblinking.
I mean, one of them love hats, one of them love pocketbooks. Um One of them love balls. You can use your imagination on that if you want to.
Ba-dum-ts.
And then one of them love potties. So,
Potties or parties?
potties.
Oh god, I don't remember which one loved potties. I just remember the vacuum cleaner just sucking up the tubby custard.
Oh my God, I
Tubby
forgot about the
custard.
Oh man.
And you had the creepy ass Gerber baby up in the sky as the
Oh,
sun.
the baby sun.
So I
The
wasn't
baby
the
sun
only
was
one
so
that thought
cute.
that was creepy.
Nah. And as a kid, I loved it because I had all of them mofos. Like, I used to take them wherever I went, and my mom was like, these things are creepy. As a kid, I'm
I
like,
mean-
no. As an adult, I'm like, yeah, you can have them.
I mean, in fairness, no creepier than a Tickle Me Elmo.
It's true.
God,
Tickle Me
you
Elmo's
are
pretty
right.
creepy.
It's very true. Those are Furbies.
Furbies are demented.
I loved Furbies when I was younger.
I was never really a fan. I liked them, but I was never a fan because they were kind of creepy. I
They were
kind of
demented.
yeah. Like I had this. I used to have this toy called I think it was called Bubba, and it was like a bath time toy where you would put him in the tub. He had like a little air pocket, and his finger was made of rubber. You squeeze his finger, and like air would come out of his butt, so it would like he farted in the tub, and it would just be like a bubble. And he would say something like, "Oh no," or "Oops," and then start laughing.
No, that's creepy.
It was fun as a kid, but then the older I got, the creepier it got.
That's
And
funny.
it was like fueled after I saw, like, it went from being Toy Story to Chucky real quick. Oh no. But now I got my my hero defenders. Like I collect a lot of hero pop figures now, so you know my dogs be sitting in my house in the hoose. We ain't got the creepy stuff no more.
Well,
Except
if we're talking about demented, I think the next cryptid works very well.
Yeah, it's time to talk about Hat Man. Hat Man. All right.
Take it
Hat
away,
Man.
Penny.
Take it away, Penny. Oh my god. That was my episode. You've fallen asleep. The darkness of your room covers you until you open your eyes and notice that you are not alone in the darkness. A figure stands just within your field of vision, tall and looming. Darkness shrouds this entity. Features are indiscernible, but there is one thing you know for sure. It has a long black coat and a hat. What a gentleman.
It's T-Pain.
It's the Cat in the Hat.
Nah,
And then
it's
I
definitely
think no, if it's the Cat in the Hat, I'm just as afraid.
not gonna lie, yeah. Especially if it's Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat. I'd be like, oh no.
That thing was huge. No.
Dog, I'm sorry, we scrapping. I see you is on site.
Hi, can I help you? You may never have heard of the entity known as the Hat Man, but there's a chance he found his way into your dreams. A long, shadowy figure often described as wearing a hat, or excuse me, in a hat. The Hat Man is reported to materialize out of the darkness as people are falling asleep or first waking up. People have reported seeing the Hat Man while in a state of not awake and not asleep all around the world. The Hat Man is unique in one way. Although different civilizations all around the world have their own variation of demons and monsters, the Hat Man seems to pop up in different places. Even more intriguing, the description varies only slightly from one culture to another. Sometimes he's 6 feet tall, and other times 10. His eyes might be bright red or deep pools of darkness. Some people differ on the type of hat he adorns, but everyone insists that he's wearing a trench coat like jacket and wearing the very noticeable hat. Similarly, in most accounts, he's also silent. He often just stands within your field of sight, watching you. Some conspiracy theorists consider the Hat Man to be a visitor from a far planet or a different plane of existence. Perhaps, if you need more, if you need a more scientific explanation, the Hat Man could be connected to sleep paralysis. Eh, 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 eh.
Take that.
where nightmares slip into the waking world for a few seconds,
And
where they
baby oil
become,
rains from the ceilings.
which also just is a bit too real. Whichever you lean, consensus is that the Hat Man is non-threatening. But just in case, though, you might want to leave your light on tonight.
Well, first off, this got a movie. It was an indie movie. I believe it was called The Hat Man, and it was a European movie, if I'm not mistaken. Second, I listened to a couple of podcast episodes about this before, and there are people that report seeing him, and there are also people that have never seen this in their life. I personally, knock on wood, never witnessed this, but at the same time, I don't think it's anything malicious because, all right, fan theory, it'd be crazy because, like, you ever read or hear about how, like, the Bible explains what angels look like and how terrifying they are to look at?
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, like, low key, it seems like that type of deal where you never know, like, because we don't understand it, it might be something scary to us, but really it could just be somebody that's actually protecting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, it's said that, it's non-threatening. It's never been reported that it hurts anyone or that it, afflicts any type of damage. It doesn't
He's
even
just
say
chilling.
anything.
He's just chilling with his hat and his coat, watching you sleep.
Being very dapper.
Yeah. He's
Yo,
being a gentleman.
facts. We're gonna change his name from Hat Man to Dapper Dan.
Dapper Dan.
I think I'd be scared of him more if he was called Dapper Dan.
Oh no, I like that. It sounds like a right old gentleman.
Nah, who did you see in your sleep last night, Dapper Dan?
I mean, that's just as bad as Diddy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, but that's scary in a kind of a sexual way, so I don't know about that.
Guys, I saw a bad boy in my street. He pulled out the J&J. He told me it was time to lube up, and then I saw this little creature come out next to him, and it was like, get up.
You better stop that before he pop up behind you.
Yo, stop playing. Hey yo, to be honest, I'd be like, yo, what's up, my guy? What's goody?
He'd be like, you want this contract, daddy?
But he wouldn't even say nothing to him. He just pulled the baby oil out his back pocket. Just quiet, rubbing his hands together.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I almost said something that would have had to been cut out, but we'll just say that the stream we hear inside of Kitsune they didn't know existed because
Kitsune don't play that way.
Nah, it'd be Homie the Clown coming out. I'd be like, homie, don't play that. All right. Last one. Did we lose Nyx?
Oh, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. No, you got quiet, and now Leo is crying for you.
He can wait.
Okay.
Child.
All right. So this last one, most people should be familiar with. For those of you who don't know, we will be talking about the sucker of goats.
Why are you still talking about Diddy, bro?
Bruh,
Stop.
yo, stop. Y'all are making this so... This episode is going to be so hard to edit. Dog, that's... Wow, we gonna get a defamation lawsuit. That's crazy. It's like, how you suing a small channel that don't even got...
Fine, just cut it out. Say it again. Go ahead. Don't put that much space between them words.
You know what? You know what?
Take two.
Now, we'll be talking about a very well-known cryptid. The cryptid, of course, is the goat sucker themselves, the chupacabra. The bleat.
Okay, with the R.
Oh my gosh! Thank you very much. You like that
Yeah, I heard that little roll.
Yeah, I did a little bit. I scrape and lick. That'd be hilarious if you could hear you through my mic from the other room. Because you definitely can't hear you on Discord because Discord is peaking like crazy.
Because I leaned away from the mic.
Oh man.
I knew I was gonna laugh real loud and I didn't want it to like overload the mic.
You trash. Well, the bleat of a goat in the night, the smell of iron in the air, the rural farmland goes quiet. The chupacabra is a Latin American popular legend, a terrifying creature that literally sucks the blood of other animals. The word chupar, or to suck, and cabra, or goat, gives us the translation goat sucker. I'm looking at Nyx's icon right now. I don't know, Nyx, you might be known as a chupacabra after this.
Shut up. I will behave if you will behave.
Not at all scary, but to find a carcass without a drop of blood, the action is scary enough. This mythological creature is so well known throughout Latin American countries, it was said to be the southern equivalent of the Sasquatch. Bigfoot 2024. The chupacabra only recently joined the other cryptids in the bestiary of blood-sucking creatures. Chupacabras were first reported in 1995 in Puerto Rico, where they were blamed for the attacks on goats, sheep, and other domestic animals. Farmers allegedly awoke in the early hours of the morning to uneaten carcasses that were drained of blood. Descriptions vary widely, but most chupacabras are said to have red eyes and large fangs. Some witnesses say that the chupacabra walks on two legs, but others say it walks on all four. Some chupacabra depictions show the animal with lizard-like skin, while others show it with fur. Many agree that the chupacabras have pronounced backbones, which are sometimes covered with sharp spines. Many researchers have devised that the animals seen may have been wild dogs or coyotes suffering from malnutrition and mange, leading to hairless bodies with visually protruding bones. No actual specimens of a chupacabra have ever been found, but I would still caution you to stay inside at night and keep your animals locked away safely. That's crazy. I always thought that chupacabras were Mexican lore.
So when I did the research, the only factual stuff, which it led to like a news report kind of thing in a newspaper, was in Puerto Rico.
And you want me to go there with you?
Are you a goat?
I am the goat.
No. Are you a goat, not the goat?
I don't know. They might get confused because I am a goat.
All right, then I just won't let you out in the pasture when it's dark out.
Yeah, because I don't want all the blood sucked out of me.
Oh Lord.
Colin.
Regardless, yes, the chupacabra is very widely known throughout all different Latin American cultures. So whether or not it originated in Mexico or South America, I wasn't able to pinpoint it. The only factual evidence was a news report that had been in Puerto Rico in 1995.
Oh, okay. But like I was trying to say earlier, chupacabras don't suck. They scrape and lick. Scrape and lick. La, 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 la. If y'all know where that's from, drop it down in the comments below. Show your age. But yeah, like I know that the chupacabra lore from a couple of I'm not gonna say episode or a couple of podcasts that I listened to while I was at like work have like claimed sightings as far as like Texas and like the Midwest areas or southern states of the Midwest.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of scientists are saying that it may be coyotes or dogs that have mange and malnutrition, because coyotes, depending on the breed of dog, they can be bigger than the dog, and um that would explain why the animal looks the way it does, if that is what it is.
Hey, Nix and Jamie, I have an idea.
Mhm.
Let's take this show on the road, change our last name to Saturday, and go hunt this stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man.
I like creepy stuff from a distance.
Just to remind our viewers, I'm black. My black ass ain't going nowhere towards that. I'm good. You
Bus.
realize that sometimes in the horror movies, the black person is the first person to die. So yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
The only thing I have going for me is that I'm a woman, and usually they have the last girl that stays alive. So maybe.
I mean, as long as you're not sliding across the floor, you'll be fine.
As long as I'm not going into a basement when I could have gone out the back door.
That's also a good point.
Or you could have grabbed the gun instead of grabbing a banana.
Oh yeah. Let me walk into this kitchen. I see an entire drawer of butcher knives, and I'm going to pick up the rolling pin.
Yep.
Although I could probably still do some damage with a rolling pin.
Nah, forget that. You're in your house and you hear a creepy thud that you never heard before. I'm moving. Sorry.
Oh, 100%.
Y'all can have a house.
Let me go check out what that is. Meanwhile, me and Kitsune packing up our stuff and out.
Bro, that was almost us that one night. Leo was out there playing around chasing something. We heard a thud where he dropped something off like one of the tables, and I was like, "You heard that?" Nix was like, "Nope." I was like, "Me either." That is one thing I am not. I am black and I am not nosy.
And let's go check it out, guys. Let's not.
I'd be like, yeah, you could go check it out all you want. Meanwhile, I'm inching toward the door.
You gotta remember, we gotta split up too.
Yeah, we could cover more ground that way. Yeah, it's also easier to pick us all off too.
Listen, save the splitting up for the mystery game.
go in twos for the most part.
Nah, twos ain't enough. Cause if both people run away, one person trip and fall, then that's one person by themselves. I love you, Cindy, but I ain't dying down here. Girl, you had me scared. It's only a skeleton.
Yeah, I don't know if I've said this already. I probably did, but like one of the reasons I like watching horror movies sometimes is just to see the one girl, like obviously being chased by the killer, falls on the floor, and then starts sliding, go. It's like, bro, what are you doing? All that time you doing all that, you could have already ran down the stairs and out the door, but you over here. It's like, bro, get out of here.
Nah, I'm
That or
sorry.
the fumbling for the keys and then drop the keys and then fumbling with the keys some more.
Dog, that I don't get that. I'm like, yo, if I beat you to the door, well, first off, I'm not running to my door. That's the first thing. I'm not going in my house, because if I go in my house, now you know that I am in my house and you know where I live.
Yeah.
So we are not going there. That is not a safe place. That place is compromised. B, you just gonna have to catch these hands. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Like, if I'm going out like a real one.
I have a question for Kitsune.
What's up?
Am I allowed to tell them about how I had to treat you for Field of Screams?
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, with my love of everything creepy and this being the season for the creepiness, I enjoy going to haunted attractions, but not haunted in the real sense because we don't have time for that. But haunted in the
Because Knicks would be going by
you
themselves.
haunted in the person dressed up, you paid for them to pop out at you type of situation. I finally convinced Kitsune to go with me and a couple of our friends last year, and the main thing I had to worry about was him trying to punch the actors,
That's
because
because
when they pop out at you, his automatic situation is not the fight or flight. It's automatically on site fight.
these hands rated E for everyone. I don't care
So
if I feel threatened. You cook.
so as we were around the attractions, I'm holding his hands. Not because he's scared, not because I'm scared, but because I am terrified he's gonna punch someone.
Bruh. See, what y'all don't know is my full name is Kitsune Kratos, meaning that we throw hands with anything.
Uh,
we ain't, we ain't afraid. We will just throw hands.
I thought it was Kitsune can of whoop ass. Sigh.
You right. You right. But if you ever see us at a con, don't be afraid to walk up.
Yeah.
Just announce yourself first. Don't tap him on the shoulder.
Announce yourself. Ray, stop. You gonna make it angry. I don't give a Keisha. Oh man. All right. So we talked about like 5 different cryptids. There are obviously plenty more out there that we haven't discussed, like, you know, the Mothman of West Virginia, or the Sasquatch of the South, or Bigfoot. Everybody knows Bigfoot.
Or Nessie.
Or Nessie. Or the Kraken.
The creaking.
But we have now reached that point in the show where we want to ask you, the audience, some questions. Take her away, Jamie.
All right. Which one of these gave you a scare? Have you heard of these cryptids before? And what's your favorite ghost story?
More importantly, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Nah, I'm calling Jesus. That's the ultimate right there. Sorry, nah, sorry.
I was gonna say not us.
Not us.
We gonna call not us.
Who you gonna call? Not us, because we won't be standing there.
1-800, not us.
1-800.
1-800,
Our ass is
not
out of
us.
there.
Wait, 1-800, not my black ass.
All right, everyone. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you ever heard of any of these cryptids or have any other, build upon, like any other information to build upon, drop it in the comments below. If you know any other cryptids, drop it down below. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down in the description. Until next time, I've been Kitsune Sai.
I've been Jamie Shadow 9.
And this is Nix in the Mix.
And we are out of here.
Bye.
Peace.